enough. It's enough. I'm sick of this.
We have 20 in Reservoir in this particular one, and then 19 on top of it, so roughly 40 right now. So even Southlake, at least there's not as many trains to deal with. It's a little Burger Street one. They have the best burgers, though. Burger Street does. Yeah. They're one of the best. So Burger Street is there. And there. Okay, Burger Street. This is like what, curly fries? It's number 8 junior cheeseburger with some seasoned curly fries.
Make our way to the gas station.
Right. It's probably someone that works here. There's a message I just sent.
I said I'm here.
Okay.
So 95% of it.
Alright, we got a pizza place.
Show it a second. So that's saying, yeah, it says STE. And that one says STE. It says Trophy Club.
Two pizzas.
The song completely.
Yeah, for me it probably is the number I mentioned, and this must be the place just because it had...
Okay, it's 2.8.
Probably that one.
It says on the map that it's straight ahead, but you can see the address
Requested you leave the order at their door. They added the
behind that
following
bush right there,
instructions.
see?
Leave at my door.
Is he 616?
Yeah, it says on the mailbox. Good, 975, went to the right area, Chipotle. Aren't those pretty?
Beautiful.
Town of Westlake. My father raised my sister and I, and my half-brother Clinton. So down this valley here, going upward, is where Randall Mills used to curve over to the left. If you were going this way, this road wasn't here, so it would be coming towards you, and it would curve to the left. And that's, I think, let's see, is that the house? No, let's see, up this way, Erica's Hill. It's this one right here. That's the house we were raised in. You can see it through the trees right here, right there. That was the house my dad built. My sister and Clint and I were raised there. And that's where the Randallville would curve down that road. Right down there. We used to take our go-karts and stuff and take them down this hill. It was steeper back in the day, and it was only a 2-lane. Now it's a 4-lane. There's a beekeeper that lived right there. You can hear the fireworks. Can you hear them?
Yes, I can.
Interesting. I know. Is that? Oh my goodness. They must both be by North Richland Hills. Fireworks are there. They're just far in the distance.
I had to reset his page. That's why I couldn't find it. I gotta look up the right zip code.
See the fireworks right there. I see fireworks, I always think of that movie, If You Can Only Imagine. If Only You Can Imagine. It's a tough title for a song. It's a faith-based song, or gospel Christian, I guess, from Mercy Me. They made a movie, If Only You Can Imagine. Only you can imagine. Became one of the most popular Christian rock songs, or Christian gospel, faith-based. See all the smoke residue from the fireworks. Dashmart is so weird. It's like a secret place. All the way down here, last little section to the right. Man, fix some of this road too. Dashmart, yay! Last time it was a can of soup.
Oh,
You know, they paid a pretty
guess what it is now?
What is it?
Sprite, 2 liter.
A 2-liter Sprite. They're getting ready for 4th of July. These are vinyl things that they forgot.
Better be right now.
But be careful.
Sorry.
There you go, Snickles.
So I'm getting antsy. I hate touching that nasty door.
Here, I got this one. Here. That's a little rag right here. There you go.
Thanks.
Alright, so this one's going to Halton. First, we want to verify. That's 3793. 3793 is correct. And here. And there. Definitely hear them. Sounds like a grand finale going off.
Yeah, probably, because it's right at 2.
Hey, that said 30 miles. I'm going 34. 30 miles per hour. And he's going to stop at the stoplight up here. I mean, come on. It's funny. He speeds by just to show that he's a speed racer. And now we're about to catch back up with him. Oh, well. He's making a right-hand turn, so that's fine. Man, they must be going to the fireworks.
You coming back?
Yeah, or leaving where the fireworks were. Almost as magnificent as the fireworks. Alright guys, this is where I was raised, probably middle school, where I wrote the story, Catnappers. The Catnappers, you're right. It's a little bit based on The Body, Stephen King's The Body, only it's my generation, coming of age story. About a clique of boys that are trying to find these satanic worshippers that are killing cats in their neighborhood. And they're Stanley Kubrick fans. They're running around like ninjas and military, yeah, and they throw fireworks. And it's on my, I write under a pen name called Ash Cole, and it's on fictionpress.com under Catnappers, under the writer Ash Cole. And this is where we ran around, literally, with tongue foos and ninja outfits and Chinese stars. And we were stopped occasionally by the police. And then we would egg houses. We were pretty bad. All right, it's going to be the first one on the right. But we were also like 12 years old, so. Does it have the, what's the last number on it?
I'm checking real quick, sorry.
I remember this house. I think we might.
3793.
We might
Customer
terrorize this
requested
house,
you
I'm
leave
not
the
sure.
order at their door. They added the
Does it
following
show-
instructions. Leave at my door.
It should be that one. It says what?
I don't know. 3793.
3793.
North Hills Drive.
You should say it. Fireworks going off. Go ahead and get it. I'll get that. Next. 3797. We're dropping off food. 3793 probably is what we're looking for. That's yours? We're looking for 3, so it's probably gonna be this one. Yeah, we see that it says 7. It's your neighbor's.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It's neighbor right here.
Can we help you? Jeez, talk about nosy.
Okay. That's the one that says 3 right there. These kids right here.
Hey, how are y'all?
Sometimes it makes you take the photo over and over again.
Yeah, I just don't care. It's too dark. I'm not supposed to be waiting out there that long anyways.
Okay.
I was making sure it did say 3793.
Right.
Are you completed?
Yeah, I am. All right. So we've got 34 minutes. 34-minute break. Tourist road led us to Circular. So Circular is the road we lived on. We used to always come down this road to enter. There used to be a video store right over there that was kind of like a Blockbuster. This is Denton Highway. Yeah, it was off of Tourist. And that would lead to Circular. And the Blockbuster, it wasn't a Blockbuster, it was like a Hollywood Video, I think is what it was. It was right down that way. And my friend got his skateboard stolen by a redneck. And he had boots on. My friend was probably like, I don't know. We were all close to 15 at that time. He was like, hey, can I just see your board? And he grabbed his board and jumped in the truck. So the next day, I got my friend a Metallica board. We all went out to Dove Park, and I broke my ankle horribly bad. One big break, and then I bent a bone. They had to fix me up. And then a few years later, I quit skateboarding, probably because of the injury. It's mobile. It's a quick way. Yeah, for now. This is the gas station, or the area of the gas station my sister used to send me to get her cigarettes. When I was about 12. These are pretty good. It's about 170 per bottle, 26 grams of protein. And I do believe it's got calcium in it, about 50% calcium. Freedom is free, gas is not free. Remember, when you're cutting down on those calories, get yourself some core power. 26 grams of protein, and it's pretty low in sugar. Sugar is, you're looking at about 5 grams of sugar. This is great for dieting. I'm trying to lose that weight. Got the gas, I got my core power, Linda got her drink, and we're gonna resume here. And we're pretty much gonna go back to the Southlake area. We'll go near a Sonic. A lot of fireworks out. Be there in about 34 minutes.
I didn't lose what he gave me. Hold on.
Let me see. Give me a second.
Let me check the bag.
The hot spot will be 21 miles. Right now we have the 41.75 plus the 20, so we're at 61.75. Now, when I was in first grade, that was called Glenview Baptist, and that's where I got my physical education award by the principal, who was in a wheelchair, and he healed me of dyslexia in one session. All he did was basically have me rewrite my numbers, and by the time I left his office, within an hour or less, I no longer had dyslexia. I only had it temporarily. It was when my mom and dad got divorced, I started writing my numbers backwards. So he had me, it was like temporary dyslexia, and he had me rewrite the numbers. And then he showed me the numbers that were correct, like for example, the number 22. And he showed me that number 11 was correct. And he showed me that number 33 was correct, that kind of thing. So I could see that what was correct. So the reason why he did that is because I think dyslexia has to do a little bit with fear. And when the teacher knew I was wrong, he had me go and see the principal. So by the time I left, he showed me what was right, like the number 11 or the number 22 or the number 33. But then he pointed to the numbers. Whoops, we got something way out here. Okay.
Point to the numbers.
It's another Dashmart. It's in Richland. I guess they can always pick up a Dashmart. But he pointed to the numbers that were correct. And then he showed me why the other numbers were wrong. And I was able to turn it around in my mind. That means I wouldn't stay with the habit of dyslexia. So it can be healed through showing just by just talking about it. It's very strange, but I no longer have it. I see everything correctly, you know, when it comes to numbers. But I do sometimes, and you can even ask one of my bank managers, I will actually say the number 5 when I mean the number 4. So I actually have it, but I think about it, and I do a lot of tongue twisters, like to sit in solemn silence on a dull dark dock in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the cessation of a short sharp shock from a cheap chippy chopper on a big black block. And those kinds of things help too. So when I'm looking at 4, I'll say 4. And when I'm looking at 5, I'll say 5. But a lot of times at the bank, I'd have to be careful because I would say 5 when I meant 4. And I still do that today, don't I? I'll say 5 when I mean 4 because they both start with an F. But that's not really dyslexia, that's something else, but I don't really do it all the time. I'm aware of it. If I'm focused, it goes away, you know. But I got scared when my parents divorced, and so I started writing my numbers backwards. I would like write 21 when I meant 12. And he made me realize No, don't be mean, sweetie. I'm not mad at him anymore. That was just a form of dyslexia.
Looks angry. Ooh,
yeah.
a female first.
And so anyway, I was able to be healed by my principal. He was in a wheelchair. He was a great guy. He's probably no longer around, but he also gave me an award one time for playing two below tag with some kids. It wasn't really an award, but I had won by grabbing these. You got to grab the flags. What were those things called? Whenever when you're playing two below football, they're like flags that are on the side of the. Yeah, it's like almost.
Oh, that oxygen free.
Yeah, it's that game, Catch the Flag or whatever.
Oh.
Capture the Flag. Right? It's called Capture the Flag. It was a version of Capture the Flag. Only all we did was we lined up and then we would go after the flags. You grab the flags by the waist down and then you pull them on. There's usually two flags, and we wore them on our sides. So it was like basically a sport. And I had beat all the other kids, so I could even take on two guys at one time by grabbing these flags, on their side before they could get yours. I could time it really. I was really good with timing. And so no one else could beat me, and so he made me raise my hands in victory, and that was kind of an award. Then at the end of the year, I got the physical education award, because no one could beat me at the game Capture the Flag. I didn't do good academically, though, but I was able to get through school. And I even got through college. I'm better academically now than I was when I was smaller. I had to take remedial reading classes and speech classes and all kinds of stuff. But I'm able to speak to a certain degree, and I'm able to read, and I'm vlogging. Right, sweetie? When it comes to vlogging, anybody can do it.
No, my reading skill.
Your reading skills?
I was about two years behind.
2 years. You were 2 years behind.
Yeah, like fourth grade. No.
I was with the turtles.
Fifth grade, I was third.
We had the
That math was
turtles,
good.
the bluebirds. We had all these different levels of reading. Like your level of reading had to do with, like, if you were a fox, then you were really quick. If you're a bluebird, it meant like you were soaring really high, and things like that. And if you were a turtle, then you were with the slow readers. I was always with the turtles. I stayed with the turtles probably all the way until 4th grade when I started reading normal. And then I think I got through high school, I graduated, and then I got through college. But I still have to focus even today when I read. I can speed read a little bit, but they offered speed reading classes in college. I never took any of them.
My thing was I didn't know how to comprehend.
Yeah,
Like,
comprehension.
I could read,
You could read but not comprehend it. Yeah.
I'm still that way.
So is Billy Bob Thornton. He actually has to reread books. He was interviewed. He's a genius, though. Yeah, Billy Bob's a literature genius. Like, Sling Blade is right there with Flannery O'Connor or freaking any of the greats. It's a Southern masterpiece. Sling Blade is, yeah. He wrote that, and I don't know. Let's go this way.
No, Landmark, it's free on Pluto TV. Season 1.
I met Billy Bob.
Monday.
Yeah, I was reading Sling Blade the other day. I have the screenplay. I was reading it, and I was like, man, this is a masterpiece. Sling Blade is a masterpiece. It actually is. And he has trouble reading. He actually, this is what he said when he was interviewed by James Lipton. He said he doesn't read many books. And that's why Sling Blade is so original, and it's like an original voice, is because he's not ripping off any other voice. It's a great story. Sling Blade's genius. Although I do have to say one thing about the short film and the film. I believe the short film is ripping off One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Racerhead. It's my own personal belief. It's an homage to both. But the original one that he did, I think, is really good too, the feature. See how things, you start talking all stuff about school, and the next thing you know, you're talking about Billy Bob? He's doing Landman right now.
You know what I'm going to pick up now?
Dude, they blocked that. Man, when I was doing a review on Landman, they blocked that quick. Landman's really popular. There's your dash, your door dash. Your
Okay, let's guess the game. Earlier was a can of mushroom soup, 2-liter Sprite. I think this time it's going to be a bag of potatoes.
Bag of potatoes and mustard.
I need to start getting some gloves.
Go get some gloves and get that mustard and potatoes. tater tots. I like my mustard. I mean, I like my taters with mustard. Mm-hmm.
Well, you might have to move.
Did you find it?
Okay.
Oh, they'll understand. They're real understanding people, these Dashers. Those things have a certain kind of music to them, those warehouses. It'll just go around that way. It'll take us where we need to go.
They might need their coat stamps.
Right. A fruit snack? Is that what they wanted?
Yes, 2 fruit snacks.
So they got fruit snacks from the Dashmart?
Yes, like this.
What in the world is this, man? It's like, you don't have to know, you know, like, like when I had my car back when I was younger, I loved going up to the grocery store in the middle of the night and buying something stupid, you know? Walking around listening to the grocery store Mozart music and just picking out stuff. I love that. I don't know. I guess having it delivered to you, if you're really into a game or watching a movie, you don't want to be interrupted, might as well just put it in their mouth, you know? Just walk in. You want me to feed this to you? And they're getting fruit snacks in the middle of the night. That's pretty dang convenient, you know? I didn't have that kind of when I was growing up. We had to get in the car, drive down to the store, get the Taco Bell, and drive all the way back. I love that drive. Turn on some rock music, you know? Pick up your Taco Bell, bring it back to the dorm room. You know, that kind of thing. Now, people don't have time, or something's going on, you know? They got quotas to meet. I'm like, huh?
Fruit shoes.
Well, they're playing
You can get those
PS5 or PS6.
Oh, we
They don't
forgot
want
to
the
do
game to be interrupted, so they just hit the DoorDash button, and they're good to go. You know, they just wait for it to come to the door, and it better be right. You know, it's our freaking rating system. People are like gods nowadays, you know. Everybody's bringing stuff to them. I don't mind it, though. I'd rather do this than mopping floors at a pizza place. Santa Fe Trail. That's what this one is. Santa Fe Trail. Yeah, we're in Watauga right here.
They block off the roads.
It's called Cardadell Cedar.
The order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my
This
door.
is the Dashmart. Oh boy.
Yep, that's the one.
That's gotta be the one.
2 fruit shoes.
Yeah. Another movie that Billy Bob's in that's really good. It's called Pushing 10. John Cusack. Both of them about the same level of acting. They're both geniuses. It's a great movie, though. It's got Angela Jolie in it. It's about those guys that, they're air traffic control men. You see how incredibly difficult it is to exist in that field. Those guys get paid a lot of money, though. He's also a trucker, too. Billy Bob is in that. Pushing 10. I'm gonna find out who. That should be in the Criterion collection for sure. Everything Cusack does should be. Even Better Off Dead. And everything Billy Bob's done should be in the Criterion. Even Bandits. That's the one where he bled from his gums. Did you get the photo? Sling Blade's probably his best character work. Probably the best character work in Hollywood ever. Acting wise, probably. Yeah, that could be the number one. I'm trying to think. No, well, there's Hoffman's Rain Man. Yeah, Hoffman might have him beat on that one. The Rain Man is freaking incredible. And Tom Cruise is underrated in that. He's actually a genius in that.
This man had a key on the door.
Well, don't go in. It could be an Airbnb or something.
Yeah, with like a little plastic piece.
Okay, that's a good one. It's a Wingstop in Watauga. Imagine that, you know? I wouldn't think What's Hogger one would be that good? .6, 7 minutes to the wing. I just found out this September, Spinal Tap 3. Actually, they're calling it Spinal Tap 2, but it is coming to a theater. And the famous Italian director, DiBergi, will be directing, and Rob Reiner knows who he is. He will be returning to present the masterpiece in rock, and some of the best rockers around. And listen, don't ask me anything about Spinal Tap. It's too much to even comprehend. But it will be arriving this September. DiBergi is directing, and will be in it. He barely knows who Rob Reiner is, really. Yes, Marty DiBergi will be directing Spinal Tap 3, which is actually called Spinal Tap 2. They did do a Spinal Tap 2 in 1992, I think. I don't know why they're calling it Spinal Tap 2. It's actually Spinal Tap 3. But Marty DiBergi is one of our finest documentary filmmakers, and does know Rob Reiner. And anyway, should be coming out soon. So Spinal Tap is opening Spinal Tap 2, and the trailer, it shows the amp, him going from 10 to 11. Now on one of the amps, if you notice the specific detail of Marty DiBergi, who's probably just about as good a director as Martin Scorsese, but if you show it, he actually turns it all the way to infinity, which is the sideways number 8. So it goes beyond 10, beyond 11 to infinity. And the end continues. Harry Sherry. He's 81 years old. You're talking about I saw Marcel Marceau Beep in his 70s perform Mime. These guys are, they're probably gonna need doctors on set. They're very, very old. They must have been drinking carrot juice most of their life. Yeah, Harry Sherry's in his 80s. He's an older dude. He's going to be in it. He's one of the band members of Spinal Tap. And of course, Marty DiBergi, the great director. She's being critical. She's just mad because let's turn the red light on her. There we go. We've got special lighting equipment in the back. It pops on a red light. Anyway, I would go to the movie theater, but I think them turning the amps to 11 it might hurt my ears too much in the theater. But they start with Stonehenge, of course. That song has made people go into seizures. I've heard sometimes. You about ready, Snickles? Did you get? Where's the? Oh, you got the phone. We could do it with just mind power. Let me see. Here we go.
It's a little too much with the joke.
What happened?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just quoting another Christopher Guest movie. Well, it's not Christopher Guest, actually.
Shh, can we be quiet for a few minutes, please?
Our lives, but when I look back, it was pretty. It was hard for me to get a foothold.
Somebody should have flipped over just in case you freaking speed like a crazy.
Well, we're getting $9 for it, you know.
Spoon man, everything was happening.
An actor would get like $90,000 for it.
Loaded and
Our vlogs go to 11. That's what Nigel told me. It's a nice car.
That's 2.4. Yeah, I see the other one's 2.5. That looks like garages though. I see. She found it.
Did you find it, sweetie? Remember, my film list, it goes to top 11. It doesn't go to top 10. My list goes to top 11. Because I have the top 11 films. And I need to add this as Spinal Tap to probably the honorable mentions. It doesn't make the top 11. No, it doesn't. None of his Christopher Guest made it. But he did make honorable mention. So, and all of his films will probably be there. They're probably there. I'll add them eventually. Starting with probably Rob Reiner's This is Spinal Tap. And then right under that, I'll put Stand By Me. And then I'll put all of his stuff. Including Mighty Wind, and for your consideration, I think it's his best work for sure. But I like Best in Show, and I think Waiting for Guffman will always be my all-time favorite because that's when he broke away from Rob Reiner. This isn't when he broke off from Rob Reiner, but it was like he established his own style in filmmaking with Waiting for Guffman, which was in the style mockumentary that Rob Reiner created. He was totally ripping him off 100%. But he did a good job ripping him off, and that's when he did Waiting for Guffman. And it could have been his idea to do mockumentary for This is Spinal Tap for all he played Nigel, so we don't know. It doesn't matter. He's part of Parliament. He's part of the government. He's also funny. The English government. But he's also funny. He worked with Arlo, and he knows how to play guitar. All right. Wrap that one up. I'm analyzing. Oh, my gosh. It's a $14 order. It is McDonald's, and they're only getting a cheeseburger and French fries. If you can believe that. These
Two
people,
cheeseburgers.
Yeah, they were very happy about tipping on this one. Very happy. And we're happy too. And we're going to drop that off with glee. Big smile. Look at that. $14 for just a cheese. Well, I mean, to have a cheeseburger delivered. 3 items. Isn't that something? That's wonderful. It is wonderful.
Before COVID,
Wait, they're up
me
in
and
the
Amanda
side.
this morning. It was our last one together, but great, super fun, obviously. And then, but we would talk, and it was.
I pulled the plug on David Spade. All right, now go ahead. Go get that cheeseburger. Get, girl, get.
Yeah, I got 2 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get my stuff.
Got a coffee maker in the back.
I think I hear them. Stand ho! Who's there?
Enter Horatio and Marcellus.
Friends to this ground, and liegemen to the Dane.
Give you good night.
Oh, farewell, honest soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Bernardo has my place. Give you good night.
Exit Francisco.
Holla, Bernardo. Say, what, is Horatio there?
A piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus. What? Has this thing appeared again tonight? I have seen nothing. Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us.
The same figure, like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
Looks not like the king. Mark it, Horatio. Most like. It harrows me with fear and wonder. It would be spoke to.
Question it, Horatio.
What art thou, that usurps this time of night together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended.
See, it stalks away. Stay! Speak! Speak! I charge thee, speak!
Exit Ghost.
'Tis gone, and will not answer.
Fact, Shakespeare actually played the ghost in Hamlet.
More than fantasy? What think you on it? Before my God, I might not disbelieve without the sensible and true avouch of mine own eyes.
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself. Such was the very armour he had on when he the ambitious Norway combated. So frowned he once when, in an angry parle, he smote...
Okay, so what they're speaking in is iambic pentameter, and it's in two forms. It's verse and prose. So verse usually always matches to the iambic pentameter, which is in 10 syllables, you could say. Like, to be or not to be is 6 syllables. So it's short of the iambic pentameter. So how all occasions do inform against me, or how all occasions do inform against, how all occasions do inform against me, and spur my dull revenge. That's it goes over the iambic pentameter because I believe some of it's in prose, so it'll land in 10. So to be or not to be, that is the question. That has I think they call it a feminine ending, where it goes over the 10th syllable. That's how the actors can always...
That is the question. That's 5 syllables.
Wrong, because it's only partial. Look, to be or not to be, that is the question. It has a feminine ending, so I think that's what they call it. It's when it hangs over one syllable. I believe that's correct. But regardless, it's about at 10 syllables. That way, when you memorize Shakespeare, you never forget it. It's very strange how he knew that back then. This is like the age of enlightenment. They don't do it anymore, but secretly they do. Some playwrights like David Mamet, Sam Shepard, things like that, they want the lines to always remain with the actors. Back then, it was crucial. Yeah, that was a dead armadillo. Back then, it was crucial that they remembered it because these were messages to the Queen. It was written for Queen Elizabeth. And every word had to be perfect because of how information was given back then was only through poetry. You could get information through poetry, and you would send a messenger off, and they would have it memorized just like the iambic pentameter, or they'd have it memorized just like a poem. And they could deliver a message through a poem and know that the delivered message was accurate and perfect because it was memorized to be perfect. So back then, that's how... They didn't have Facebook. They didn't have like text messaging. They had a messenger that they would send. A lot of times the messages were memorized, and they were memorized in poetry. Charles Marlowe, or I'm sorry, I always get his name wrong, Christopher Marlowe. Whoop, we better go. I know, we're gonna haul. But hang on. Oh, no, never mind. I thought that was a train. It was just a tractor. Christopher Marlowe was a spy. So this messaging, this playwriting was a way of delivering messages from one kingdom to another. So a lot of times the spies knew how to do it. And Christopher Marlowe was killed over a pickle. I believe it was a sweet pickle. But he was seen as a spy too. He also wrote Dr. Faustus. They used some of the same methods, but Shakespeare was always used iambic pentameter.
Lo, where it comes again!
Re-enter Ghost.
I'll cross it, though it blast me. Stay, illusion. If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me.
Cock crows.
If thou art privy to thy country's fate.
Yes, quiet. Tush, tush. It's probably this one right here. Actually, you know what? It's gonna be the second one. What's the number in with 5?
915.
Gotcha.
Have to be quiet. This is our biggest tip all night. Now have to watch out for the rocks.
It's this one 100%.
Have to watch out for the rocks. I ain't talking about the rocks to heaven.
rocks to heaven. All right, 78 plus the 20, 98 something.